In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a powerful inbound voice AI agent for real estate businesses. This AI agent can answer up to 15 calls at the same time, work 24/7 without breaks, and make sure you never miss another lead again. One missed call can mean a lost deal. This system solves this problem completely. Hey everyone, my name is Arslan Abed. I'm a software engineer, and over the past year, I've built multiple voice AI agents specifically for real estate businesses. These agents handle both inbound and outbound calls, qualify leads, book appointments, and provide property information automatically. If you'd like a custom voice AI agent for your business, you can book a free meeting with me using the link given in the description below. Now, let's get started and I'll show you how exactly this works.
Hi, this is Emily from ABC Real Estate. How may I help you?
Hi, I would like to book a visit for the property at 123 Oak Street.
May I get your full name, please?
Yeah, so my full name is Arslan Abid.
Thanks, Arslan. So, you're interested in the property at 123 Oak Street, right? Which day were you hoping to come by?
Can we do it today?
All right, let me just check that for you. Okay, it looks like today is actually fully booked on our end, but tomorrow, Thursday, we do have an available slot between 9 and 10 in the morning. Would that work for you?
9 a.m.?
Yeah, 9 a.m. Would that work for you?
No, man, 9 a.m. would be too earlier for me. Don't you have any time later?
I understand. We actually have almost the entire day open on Friday. Would Friday work for you?
Yeah, can we do Friday? Can we do it Friday at 1 p.m.?
All right, let me just check. Yep, 1 p.m. on Friday is open. Should I book it for you for Friday at 1 p.m.?
Yes, please.
Perfect, to confirm it. Can I have your email, please?
Yeah, so my email is arslan.ai.dev@gmail.com.
Just to make sure I got that right, that's arslan.ai.dev@gmail.com. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me just book the appointment for you. Okay, your appointment is all set. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, I would like to know that how much commission do you charge?
Oh, that's a good question. Our team's commission is typically handled between the seller and the agent. So as a buyer, you usually don't pay a commission directly. Anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah, I would like to get the property disclosure documents. Do you have them?
Yes, we do have them. I can have our team send you the seller's disclosure, floor plans, and any other available documents like property tax details or appraisal. Would you like me to send all of these to you?
Yeah, please send me all these.
Sure. Our team will soon share these documents with you. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, thanks.
All right. Thanks so much for your time. We'll be in touch shortly to confirm. Have a great day.
Thank you. Now, before starting this tutorial, you first need these 5 things. Number 1 is a web account to attend these inbound calls. Second one is Make.com to automating this calling process. Then we need a CRM. You can use a Google Sheet as well if you're using. Then you need a Google Calendar account. Then we need Twilio account or any SIP based number provider. Now, after creating the web account, just click on this create new assistant. Here you have to select any of the given templates. If you want, you can use a blank template as well, but I would suggest for beginners to choose any of the template. As I have already created ones, I'll show you how I created this. So first of all, I've used the OpenAI model because OpenAI do provide something called prompt cache retention. Now, this is a really cool feature for voice AI agents to reduce latency. So for the model, I'm using GPT 4.1 mini. Why GPT 4.1 mini? Because not only it's cheaper, but it's also really well in following the instructions. And for the first message, I'm using assistant speak First, for the first message, I'm giving a dynamic variable. Now, why I am giving the dynamic variable? Because if you see my make.com account, you'll see this inbound call initiator. Whenever a user make call to our phone number, WebP will redirect the call to this webhook. It will first search whether we have phone number or not. In case we do have the phone number, this means we have the record of the user. In case we have the record of the user, we'll call him with his name. In case we don't have the name of the user or we don't have the record of the user, we will just use by default first message, which will be, hi, my name is Emily, how may I assist you, and something like that, right? So yeah, that will be the message. In case the user already exists, the message will be, hi, Mr. Arslan, how may I assist you? Or how are you? How may I assist you today? And then we have the prompt. Now in the prompt, you first need to provide the current time. Now I'm not going to explain the prompt because it's a really boring process. Then we have the knowledge base section. In the knowledge base section, we have to provide the files of your company. Now it can be a text file, it can be a PDF file, it can be a doc file. Just have to click on this add new file and just upload it. Even if I want to upload Word file, as you can see, the existing file is of PDF. But if I want to upload the doc file, I can upload it as well. Just wait and the file, yeah, as you can see, .docx. I just have to select it and click on publish, and it will be saved into my files section. Now, one thing to keep in mind, that in case your files are more than 100 pages, in that case, it's highly suggested to use your custom vector database. Then we have to provide the maximum tokens or the maximum length of each message your voice agent should have. I'll suggest you to keep it as 150. Then for the temperature, for my personal experience, I've seen that the temperature at 0.2 gives you the best results. If you want some dynamicness, you can use 0.3, but don't move more because then it will give you really cringy responses which we don't want, right? Then we have the prompt cache retention. Now this is a really cool feature provided by OpenAI. If you read the documentation from OpenAI, they are claiming it to have up to 80% reduction in latency, while a cost reduction of up to 90%. So I'll always suggest you to keep it as by default. My agent V1. You can give it any name you want. Then we have the voice configuration section. In this section, you have to select the voice. There are many providers. Now, if you want really good voices, I'll highly suggest you to go for Level Labs. But recently, I'm seeing that WebP has also added some really good voices, especially the voice of Elite, and Jess voice is really cool. So as I have a female voice assistant, so I'm using Jess as a voice assistant. Then we have additional configuration section. Here you have to provide the background noise. Now, background noise is really important when you are serious about sounding human-like. Now, I've seen that the office voice of WebP is like too noisy, and I personally don't like this office voice. You can choose the default, or you can use a custom voice, which I personally suggest. You just have to provide the background sound URL, upload it somewhere, and paste the URL over here. Then we have to add the punctuation boundaries. In the punctuation boundaries, you have to provide the chunk separators, like what type of punctuations will be responsible for separating the sentences when speaking. Just use these and you will be fine. Then we have fallback voices. Here you just have to provide a fallback voice. Previously I was using WebP. Then here I have to provide a different provider, and I'm telling you from my experience that the voices crashes, so it's highly suggested to use a different platform, because platforms usually crashes as many people are using them. We're using 11 Labs. Now 11 Labs do provide you a feature to clone your voice, right? In case you don't have a voice ID, I don't have. So I'll just use a manual female voice, a Kale, a female voice. And for the model, now I am using 11 Labs multilingual V2 because some of the clients could be from out of your countries, from different nations, having different languages, right? So we need a voice model that can speak multiple languages. In case the user said that I want to speak in Spanish, in that case, the voice agent could speak the language, right? Then we can also provide another fallback voice if you want. Now then we have to select the transcriber. Now transcriber is the one which will be responsible for converting your voice into text. So for the transcriber, I always suggest my clients to use Deepground. Now as I'm using a multilingual, so I will use Nova 3. I'll use the multilingual. Then we have background denoising section. By default, it's off and I will suggest you to keep it off. Then we have the confidence threshold. For confidence threshold, in case there's no accent issues, in that case, you can go it for lower. Let's say 0.4. I think I will not suggest you to go below 0.4. But in case there are some accent issues, like your customers can be Spanish, their English is not very good. In that case, I'll suggest you to move it to 0.7 and you can play with it. And I think between 0.6 and 0.7, then you have the numerals. Now I always keep it enabled. Then we have the key terms. Now for the key terms, here you have to provide the words which you think that the transcriber will or be able to understand. In case the user has given his name and your transcriber understand it wrong, this can be a really bad experience. So you can provide some names. Here I've seen people adding 100 to 1000 words in the key terms and it still works. So I'll suggest you to keep it within 100 to 200 words and you're good to go. For transcription fallback, I always use Assembly AI, but if you want, you can use 11 Labs. Now I really like 11 Labs Scribe, especially their recent Scribe V2 and V2 real time. But the issue is that it's a really slow transcriber model. I'll suggest you to choose the one which is fast, and I found Assembly AI to be as good as Deepgram, so I'm using their multilingual. Okay, then we have the tools section. In the tools sections, I already have added two tools, one for checking the calendar availability, the other one is to book the appointment. So if you go to the tools section, you'll see two tools. In order to create these tools, you just have to click on this create tool. You'll see this Google Calendar section. In order to create the calendar, I will click on this button and here you can change the calendar name. This is the tool ID. Here you can provide the tool name, calendar ID. Now in order to get the calendar ID, you just have to go to your Google Calendar. So this is my Google Calendar. I will just have to click on this settings button. Go to the settings, scroll down and here you will get settings for my calendars. If you already have created a Google Calendar, just select it. I already have selected this WebP for booking appointments. Here you will see the calendar ID. Just copy this and paste it over here. Then provide the time zone. Now let's take America, New York as our time zone. Then we have to provide the messages. In the messages, you have three options of messages. First one is request complete, like when the request is completed, what do you want the agent to say? And then you have to provide the request fail in case the request gets failed, what the agent should say. If in case it's taking longer, let's suppose it's taking 3-4 seconds, then what it should say. You can click on here and add the message, time limit, how much later it should speak. That 3 to 4 seconds is enough and that's it. And before booking the appointment, we first need to check the availability. Then we can create an availability section. Now practically you have to create this one first, but let's do it as it is. Now add the same calendar ID, add the time zone. Similar before, you just have to add the messages and you're good to go. Okay, after the tool sections, we have some predefined functions. Now this function will allow you to end the call, but in order to end the call, you also have an instruction in your prompt that tells when it needs to end the call. So in order to forward the phone calls, you have to provide a phone number. Just select your country code and add the number forward. Oh yeah, one thing more, that you have to enable the tools. So as we have created these two tools, we'll enable it and click publish. Okay, then we have the structured output section. Here you have to provide what type of data you want at the end of the call. Just click on this create structured output. Select one by one, like if I want booking details, I'll select it, check was the email in the correct format or not, the date and time, and link the assistant. So it's inbound real estate receptionist. I'll select it and click on save. Similarly, the call status. Now we do have the success. Now we have the summary and success evaluation, which is deprecated from WebP because now we already get this in the structured outputs. So we don't need this, so keep it disabled. Okay, then we have the privacy section. In the privacy section, you have an option called HIPAA compliance. It will allow you to not store the recordings Now, HIPAA compliance is something that will never store the transcriptions or call logs. You might not get these things, but for most cases, it is disabled. Then we have audio recording. Yes, we need to store the audio recordings. We need to store the call logs, and we need the call transcripts. So we are enabling it. And for the audio format, I'm using Wave. Then we have the video recording section. Then we have the start speaking plan. Now this is a really important section. Here you will define the latency. The start speaking plan is really important for controlling the latency. Now there could be cases where you want the AI voice agent to wait for user's response first and then speak. And for this case, the latest LLM models, the large language models, are capable enough to wait for themselves. You just have to add it in the prompt and it will automatically wait for the user to speak. So I don't think that you need to increase the wait seconds much, even 0.4 or 0.5, but don't move it more than 1 seconds. Then we have the smart and pointing section. So if you're new, I would suggest you to keep WAPI as enabled, but if you have some experience, I'll suggest you to keep it as off. Then we have voicemail detections. I think we don't need a voicemail detection because we are getting the inbound calls, right? In case you are making an outbound call, in that case you need voicemail detection, and I think these by default values are really cool. Just go for WAPI as recommended and go for it. But we are making inbound calls, right? We will keep it as off. Then we have stop speaking plan. This is when you want your agent to stop speaking in case the user interrupt the voice agent. So what you want, that how many words your customer should speak in order for your voice agent to stop speaking. Then we have to select the voice seconds. 0.2 seconds is enough. Then back off seconds, 1 seconds is enough. Then we have call timeout settings. Now this is where you define when the call should end. I think the maximum duration should be 10 minutes. 10 minutes is around 900 seconds. Just keeping it as 942. Then we have a keypad input settings. I don't think that we need a keypad input settings, so just keep it as it is. Then we have messaging section. Now here you have to provide webhook URL where you want this voice agent to send the end of call report. This is my mac.com account. This is my end of call report. I'll just click on here, paste my webhook URL here, and then we have the client messages. Turn off the client messages and go to this server messages. Yes, we want to enable the end of call report and turn off all things. Okay, so we want that whenever the call ends, we want the end of call report. Then we have the voicemail. Now the voicemail is only when you are making the outbound call. We are making an inbound call, so we will keep it as empty. The end call message, like when you are ending the call, what should the agent say? You can add the message here. Now here you can add any of the message you want. Are you there? Anything else I can help you with? Publish here. And next section of publish and all. That's it. Now in order to make your voice AI agent to accept the calls, after creating this voice AI agent, you have to import a phone number. So just go to this phone number sections, click on this create phone number. Then you have multiple options. You can use the WAPI numbers. You can use free WAPI SIP. You can bring your own SIP provider, which I recommend you. But we are using Twilio, so we will provide our Twilio number here. We will provide our Twilio SID, the auth token, and just provide its name here, right? And click on import. You have to click on this more button, integration section, organization settings. Click here, server URL. Now here you have to provide this webhook URL. You just have to click add new. Just create a new webhook, give it a name, copy this all, paste it over here. Click on save. Now for make.com, we first have the inbound agent. And the inbound agent, we have to first create the webhook. Then we have a tool section. Here you have tried the variable name as customer phone number, and you have to replace the current phone number with an empty string, because you see we are searching this phone number on our Google Drive, and Google Drive don't has the plus option, because you see the phone number you will get will be in a plus number. So you have to remove the plus from the phone number so that you could search from your Google Drive. Tried to make the voice agent, this inbound voice agent, dynamic. So what I've done is that I've added a search tool that will search for the user record first. In case we do have the user record, we will call the user with his name and add more dynamic variables if you want. This will allow us to give more personalization to the calls and make our customers feel heard. You can also add your CRM here in case you want. You just have to right click here, add a module and search for your CRM. Let's suppose we are using FollowUp Boss as our CRM. We can use this search contacts field, and then we can search for the field. We can search it from his name, his first name, last name, his email, his phone number. For here, for the phone number, you can just add the customer phone number here, right? And it will search for the user record. But we're not using the CRM, we're using Google Sheets. It will route according to the scenario. In case we do have the user record, first section will run. In case we don't have the user record, the second will run. I will provide this JSON of make.com in the description below, so you can just copy and paste it in your project. Then we have booking appointment. In case you want to book an appointment through make.com, you can create a separate scenario as well. In case you're using a dynamic version, like you want to send him an email as well, right? So in that case, you will use this. You will use this scenario. I will provide you this JSON in the description below. You can just copy and paste it. Then we have the check availability section. Here you can see that it will check for the availability. So in case the user has given us the date of appointment on a holiday, let's suppose he has given the appointment on Saturday or Sunday, and we don't operate on Saturday and Sunday, in that case we will run this webhook response that will give the user a message that we are busy on weekends, and as our office hours are between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. From Monday to Friday. In case the day is in between Monday and Friday, in that case we will search through the Google Calendar and check for the availability. In case the availability is there, we will book the appointment. Now then we have the end of call report. Now in the end of call report, you get all the calls data after the call is being done, and you can store the calls data inside your CRM or your Google Sheets. In case the user asks for the email, you can run this node to send him an email as well. In case you want to update the data in your CRM, let's suppose I want to update in my FollowUp Boss CRM, I just have to add the module, select the FollowUp Boss, and just search for update, and you can see update a task, and I can update it here. In case I want to add a new record, I will click on add a new module, search for FollowUp Boss, and update a contact. And here you can update the record if you want using my CRM. I'm just using the Google Sheets. This is how my Google Sheets look like. It has an ID, full name, phone number, email status, call transfer, appointment, date, time, call ID, call summary, transcription, property selected, call notes. Now for call status, as you can see, we have options to select on. So these are the options that I've used in WAPI. So if I can show you here in my advanced sections. Now in the call status section, as you can also see that we have the status is defined as qualified, unqualified, irrelevant, or follow-up. So any one of the values will be selected. So yeah, and then we have did the user transfer the call? Was appointment booked? In case yes, the date and time will be written here. And the call ID, we definitely need the call ID in order to do further operations. In case we get some issues with the call, we should have the call ID as a record. Then we need a call summary, call transcript, property selected, call notes. We can store all this here because we're getting all this in our end of call report. Again, the JSON is given in the description below. You just have to copy and paste it here. I removed all my clients' data from here. So that was it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.